What a catch! McKay, touchdown!
Wins it! The championship!
Whether you blaze trails on wheels or on skis, you know what it takes to get where you're going. At First National, we deliver proven local expertise. We go the extra mile with high-performance digital tools. And we put it all right at your fingertips. First National Bank Alaska. 100 years shaping tomorrow.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2A court at the Alaska Airlines Center. It'll be court one. It'll be the sixth meeting this year between Haines, the Haines Glacier Bears, one of the better nicknames around the state of Alaska. They'll face the Craig Panthers, both of them out of the Southeast Conference. Haines, the second-place team, and actually the Craig Panthers able to pick up on that the at-large bid out of the Southeast. And we'll grab our brackets here in just a second, tell you how these teams got here. And as we take a look, Haines played Glen Allen in the first game, came up short by a 39-23 game, puts them in the consolation bracket. Craig played the high-powered team from Tigiak. They came up 11 points down, 58-47. So it's Craig and Haines in just a moment here. We'll throw it across the court for the introductions of the starting lineups.
Number 3, a sophomore, Ariel Godez-Long. Senior, number 12, Malia Jorgensen-Greasy. And a sophomore, number 32, Ashlyn Yaney, coached by Coleman Stanford. For your Craig Lady Panthers, starting today would be Alyssa Durgan, the captain, number 15, as a senior. Amaya Hansen, number 14, as a senior. Senior number 20, Lacey Lowry. And senior number 22, McKenna Taylor. Senior number 23, Alexis Lanicki, co-captain. Coached today by Vanessa James. We'd also like to recognize our officials for the game. First official, Nick Gusty Jr., Kayla Dinkle, and Brian Mute. ASAA and its sponsors appreciate your attendance at March Madness Alaska. This game is...
And here we go, just seconds away from tip-off. For Craig today, it'll be number 14, Amaya Hansen, number 15, Alyssa Durgan. Lacey Lowry wears number 20. McKenna Taylor, number 22. Alexis Lanicki wears number 25. I missed the starter there somewhere. No, 23 is the number for Alexis Lanicki. On the other side, Mackenzie Dryden, Grace Long-Godinez, Malia Jorgensen-Giese, and Ashley Gainey wearing number 32 as we are underway. Haines. She was able to get a successful try in the first. Second one misses as somehow she tracks it down. Not often you can get a rebound from the free throw position. Haines now with a long shot. This one hard off the iron. Credit the rebound to number 20, Lacey Lowry. Lowry brings it up, throws a long pass, 14. That's number 14, Amaya Hansen with the finish at the other, and Hansen with 2 points. Haines looks over the three-point try, though. Exchange on the right side. Plenty of room, almost daring her to shoot the three. We've seen some outstanding three-point shooting in this tournament. Now the drive to the basket, the good pass, and the soft shot falls. That's number 12 for Haines, Malia Jorgensen-Giese. Here's Craig at the other end. Craig in their white uniform with the Vegas gold and the green trim. And there's a 15-footer. Oh, they call it a three-point play. Hard for us to see on the other side of the play. That was Durgan on the other side of the play for. So hustling play is try to keep it in control. The ball going to stay Haines basketball as it goes out of bounds at the sideline and perhaps down the hall. Somebody, if they wandered along, could have got a free rock basketball. Kind of a coincidence. Went right by the BSN sports table. They sell the rock basketball, and they come to the tournament every year. There's a drive, there's contact, and that's going to be 2 shots as the attempt was made to take the charge. Unsuccessfully going to the line for Haines is number 3. That's Grace Long Godness.
Brings 2 shots for number 3. There we are. She makes the first.
Check that. That's Ariel Bodnes Lang with the free throws. Second shot, good. Haines playing that player defense, extended beyond the half court. Drive to the basket. Extra step called against the Craig Panthers, and it'll be the Glacier Bears with the basketball. Court 1 a little ahead of Court 2. They're just getting underway on the opposite side, but with 5:45 to play, our score is tied at 5. Shot out of the corner. They call the offensive foul on the illegal screen. It's a call you've seen a lot more often in recent years, the illegal screen, and that's an offensive foul. Craig with the 1-4 setup against the press, and it works to bring them into the front court. Dribbling toward the corner now. Pass. Getting ready to come out of the corner. 5 count is on, and the 5 count is finished. So don't want to stay out of the corner if you don't have a place to go next. And the Glacier Bears bring it up, and they set up against the man-to-man defense. Craig not really pressuring the ball, not really overplaying much, kind of playing that helping type defense that a lot of teams like to play. There's a Three-pointer no good, but rebound goes long, and Craig works to the east side basket, going left to right along your stream as you watch. There's an attempt to make a cross-court pass that sails out of bounds. So 5-5 our score. Glacier Bears with the basketball and into the front court. They'll work the right side. Now the skip pass as Glacier Bears continue to move the ball around. A lot of guard-to-guard passes. And the dribble drive. And the ball out of bounds. That'll go to Craig. Craig ready to go up the floor.
Into the game, number 34, Gracie.
So 1-4 press breaker set up by Craig.
And number 22, McKenna Taylor.
Now a little crossover dribble as we move into the front court. It'll be a media timeout as we, good to get that media timeout in just a second. They use that. There's a floater, and credit the bucket to number 23. Number 23 on the drive, that's Alexis Lawnicki. Alexis Lawnicki with the basket. That's her first basket of the game and gives her team a 7-5 lead. We're at the media timeout. Back with more action on the 1A court and on the NFHS network.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has something for everyone in your family, from top sports brands to backyard cooking or the best in the outdoors. The North Face, Yeti, Columbia, or Magellan Outdoors, Academy has it all. Whether you're celebrating familiar traditions or exploring new ones, we've got what you need in here to have fun out there. Start your next adventure and make lifelong family memories at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Download our app or shop at academy.com.
On your mark, get set, go! Open a new account this year and you may receive a $250 contribution with our Dash to Save incentive program. Head to the starting line with just $25 and start your education savings today. Certain restrictions apply. See website for details. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, carefully read the official statement available at alaska529plan.com/dash-to-save.
And both teams back on the floor. 3:40 to play in the first quarter. Be Haines basketball. They'll inbound on the far sideline. Good help side defense by Craig and takes away the opportunity. There's almost a tie-up. Now a dive on the floor gets the basketball back in the Craig possession. Craig working the right side. There's a dribble dive. Number 23 on the hit again, Lawnicki. She seems to like that floater from the right side of the lane.
Teardrop for 2.
9-4. Our score here as the first quarter moves along. There's a good penetrating pass, and what a strong finish for Haines on that one. That's number 2. That's Long Godinez with the bucket. Craig across the timeline. 6 meeting. You got to figure these teams know each other well. They could probably call each other's plays by this time of the year. When they shook hands at the beginning of the game, it looks like some kind of reunion out there. So they're rivals, but they're friends as well, and they're familiar with each other for certain. Try a little trap in the corner, a little pressure. Now the ball's stolen away. That's Long with the steal. She'll take it down the other way. Good pass. Good idea on the pass, but it sailed high and out of bounds. So Haines continues to work their press, and Craig with the 1-4 setup. He'll take it to the middle of the floor, and that often relieves pressure on the press as Craig brings it into the front court. Little one-on-one battle up top. Now a on-ball screen, and looks like she was trying to draw the foul. She did not, but they'll go coast to coast the other way, and this one layup kind of shot wildly, now thrown out of bounds. Greg with the ball, sets in bounds down in the far corner near our buddy Isaiah Vreeman, who puts this tournament together every year as a representative of ASAA. Here comes Craig again. They like to set up high at the point. They'll work the right side. Now the on-ball screen, and sets up a pretty floater. That is number 15, Alyssa Durgan. That's 5 in the game for Durgan. Haines reverses the ball. Now takes it back up top. 4-point advantage working right now for Craig as they as Haines very patient in their attack. Guard-to-guard pass. They thought it over, but passed up the 27-footer. Nice pass inside and a strong move inside. Doesn't quite drop, and Craig grabs the rebound. Here's a drive to the basket, and ball blocked out of bounds. 29.9 on the clock, and very rare in these 1- and 2A contests to see a team look to hold it for the last shot. So nice out of bounds play right there, though, and credit the basket to number 14. That's Alyssa Benda with the bucket. Haines, they'll take another shot from distance, but this three-pointer's off the mark. But again, they chase down the rebound. Bit of a physical play there. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the whistle blows as the first quarter comes to a close. We're through one at the First National Bank Alaska State Championship basketball tournament. And it's Craig that leads 13-7. We'll be back with more on the NFHS Network.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
On your mark, get set, go! Open a new account this year and you may receive a $250 contribution with our Dash to Save incentive program. Head to the starting line with just $25 and start your education savings today. Certain restrictions apply. See website for details. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, carefully read the official statement available at alaska529plan.com/dash-to-save.
Their cheerleaders at hand, thank you for being here, making that long trip from Haines. Ladies, we appreciate you.
And as some of our fans of the copyright notice come around, we want to say that this broadcast stream copyrighted by the NFHS Network for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcasts or reproduction or any other use of this broadcast stream without the express written consent of the NFH Network is prohibited. Craig will have the ball in the alternating possession. Both teams back on the floor ready for action. It's a little trouble getting the inbound pass, but finally spots the lane. Penetrating move and double team on the move to the basket. There's a scramble and the ball trickles out of bounds. It'll be Craig keeping possession of the basketball on the baseline. They call the play. Boy, they had a good one working last time. This time it doesn't come open quite as much. Dribble drive along the baseline, ball lost, and this time the ball goes to the Glacier Bears, who played like an intramural game. They pass it in immediately without allowing Kyla Dinkel to even touch it, so it's not legal here in high school basketball. But the Glacier Bears on the attack right now. Jump ball is called. It seemed like a quick call, but often that's a good call by the officials. They let that go too long. That's a real possibility for injury. I'd rather have them call it too early than call it too late. Haines with the ball, working the dribble drive. Haines looking for a go-to play right here. The pass intended for a post feed now gets away. Craig with the steal and now keeping possession as they set the play. Little pivot, now a drive, and slid the back foot, causes the turnover into the game. For Craig, that's number 10, Faith Horner just got into the game. And she'll apply the defense at the point guard position. Haines looking inside, but really having trouble executing and getting any touches in the paint. They'll reset the offense with 6:25 to play here in the first half. A bit of a long possession, and finally ball lost on the dribble drive. Craig out on the fast break, but Haines recovers back. On ball screen, and it leads an open shot, but the miss leads to a Craig offensive rebound. Little spinning shot. Now going to be another held ball. Possession to stay with Craig as a couple substitutes come into the game for Haines. Grace Long Godinez back into the game. And it'll be Craig ball out of bounds as they work through the screens. And good basket cut by number 23. She goes hard with the left hand and then gets it back on the good pass. So a couple opportunities for Lanicki, and she has 6 points here in the game. Good start for Lanicki. Haines with the dribble drive and rocker step again. The ball not coming out quite quick enough. If you don't get that ball out, boy, they've been calling the travel fairly tight here as this tournament's now in its second day. First day for the, or actually the second day for the 2A teams as well. We'll get the brackets to you at the end of the game and tell you about tomorrow's matchup. There's a pretty drive. It goes for Lanicki again. The senior really playing well in the consolation game. Hard drive to the basket, draws the foul. It'll be number 3 going to the line. That's Ariel Godinez Long, ready to shoot 2. Second time to the line. She's been able to get a few free throws, and she makes that one. Haines just with 1 foul so far as the second one comes off, but as what's often happening in the first half, the rebound stays on that end, and there's a bit of contact considered incidental. Ball goes out of bounds. Always one guy yelling, and not hard to find. Usually directly behind me. Looked at the three-pointer and then the good pass inside. That'll draw a foul. Looked like a shooting foul, but I think they're going to call it on the floor. So everybody's lined up for a free throw. And I think most people in the arena thought that was a shooting foul, but it'll go out of bounds on the baseline.
Sorry, not a shooting foul.
People moving around. Three-pointer misses off the mark and then goes out of bounds. Boy, in an earlier game, right where the table is over there, we saw the water bucket being knocked over. Oftentimes a stalling maneuver, but this time completely accidental. One of the players had his feet and his shoes virtually soaked. Chance for a breakaway for Haines. Glacier Bears as ball's in off the lefty. Mackenzie Dryden with the bucket. Her first bucket in the game. And foul in the backcourt. Haines with the opportunity to play aggressively. That's just their second foul of the first half. Just under 4 minutes to play as we approach the halfway and now past the halfway mark of quarter number 2. Dribble drive off the on-ball screen, good help defense, and Glacier Bears quickly to the other end, all the way to the bucket. No foul called. And as occasionally happens, one coach loves the call, one coach thinks it was possible to make a call better. We need to recognize the coaches in this game. Head coach for the Craig Panthers, that's Vanessa James, and then Coleman Stanford, the coach of the Haines Glacier Bears. So congratulations to those coaches for bringing their team to the state tournament. Both teams working hard to get a win here. Good defense that time by Craig as they go straight up and hamper the shot. Now Craig with a little pick and roll. There's a nice move to the basket. And that is Amaya Hansen for 2. (19-10). Haines trying to cut into that deficit as we get close to the halftime mark. Drive to the basket, and that time the foul is called. It'll be, it's going to be number 2, Grace Long.
Grace Longo-Ness will be at the line.
Godinez. And back to the line to shoot 2.
Fouls on number 20, Lacey Lowry. That's her first.
First free throw. Waiting for that one to be recorded. Second free throw good. Ball into the front court, and Haines looking to apply a little pressure here as they want to make the defensive plays to set up their offense. Ball tipped away and the steal right there. There's a bit of an aggressive play right back, and Craig goes to the basket. Count the basket for Craig's number 15, Alyssa Durgan. Check that, 7 so far for Durgan in the game as another foul is called.
Ariel Godin long, hard drive to the basket. We'll be shooting 2.
So for Haines, number 3 on the line, Godinez Long with the first free throw, and that fails to make it. 21-12 our score. Well, one of the first things they tell you in broadcaster school is you always give the score. You can never give the score too much. Well, I don't know if that's true, but we'll try to make sure we're including the score as we go along. Another missed free throw, but Haines again able to acquire the offensive rebound, and they'll set their offense. Now less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Timeout called. It'll be a full timeout. Not too many breaks in this game, so we'll take one now right here on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
.52 on the clock. 21 for Craig, 12 for Haines as we play it out. I want to recognize, first of all, our title sponsor. We mentioned it a little earlier, but our thanks to First National Bank Alaska for their sponsorship of the 2023 tournament. Also, our technology sponsor, that is our friends at GCI, also premier sponsors, the Arctic Slope Regional Corporation and Donlin Gold LLC. So we'll be recognizing some of our other sponsors as we move a little further into the game. And there's an illegal screen called on Haines, so trying to Ashley being called to the bench to be reminded by the coach he's got to get set on that screen. And into the front court, and flirting with the half-court line is Craig, but you got to have everything in the front court before you go to the back court. You're both feet, and an example as the traveling is called. Everybody talks about the charge block, but it seems like in this tournament the travel has been something the players really wonder about, because there's been a lot of traveling called. Bad, tough shot that goes long, and Panthers moving the other way. There's the hook shot. Boy, that's a shot you don't see very often anymore. Alyssa Durgan now with 11. Almost half of her team's output here in the first half. Here's a drive by Haines, the double team. They kick out, and that pass misses. Here's a foul and the bucket. Credit the basket to Haines, number 12, Malia Jorgensen-Giese. So she makes the two and tries to finish the three-point play. That was an interesting shot. It went up over the shot clock, and now the free throw off the backboard.
Three-point play for Haines.
Haines able to cut the lead to 8. A little dribble into pressure. Boy, Haines, or rather the Craig Panthers must practice that hook shot. 10th point, now double figures for Lanicki, who showed good form on that hook shot. Tough pass. You don't want to try to get get an assist when you're 3 feet away from the basket, but that's what happened there. And then as the players went to the floor, the 3-second was called. Not really the intention of the 3-second rule, but there's a foul called. They're going to call the block. And with 4.6 seconds to go, Haines not going to give up the one and one because it's just their 4th foul of the half. It wouldn't be a bad idea for them to foul again and make sure that Craig doesn't get a last shot. But they will, and that one sails long. 25-15 as we will take our 10-minute break at the half. Craig Panthers ahead of their rivals from Haines, both teams representing the Southeast, the Southeastern Conference, and that community as well, and representing them proudly. We're going to take a break right here. We'll have official statistics at the half. We'll share them with you right before we get back on the air, which will happen in about 8 minutes, perhaps 7, right here on the NFHS network.
Come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too. You know, I'm a person too.
brings new adventures. And what better way to enjoy Alaska than in a new Toyota designed to fit your adventurous spirit? And speaking of new, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance program. So, what are you waiting for? New year, new you, new Toyota. Start this year off right and find the Toyota that best fits your plans for an Alaska New Year. From adventurous SUVs to sporty passenger cars to rugged trucks made for Alaska, Toyota has you covered.
Cheering you on from Bethel. Cheering you on from East. Cheering you on from Fairbanks.
Cheering you on from Barrow.
Cheering you on from Midtown GCI.
Good luck to all the teams from
Tecumseh. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck from Team Dillingham here at GCI. I hope you have a safe March Madness tournament.
Good luck.
Eagle River's rooting for you.
Good luck in March Madness. Good luck at March Madness from the Dutch Harbor GCI retail store. Woo!
I used the Travel Now 30% off benefit to see my family.
I used it to go to Vegas, but shh, don't tell my husband.
When I needed a ticket in a hurry and needed to get there tomorrow.
I used it in April and it really came in handy. It was really nice to be able to have that benefit.
I think that's really cool. I would definitely use the Travel Now benefits in a time of emergency.
The Travel Now discount, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Data caps and low bandwidth are no problem with the Alaska Commercial Company shopping app. In low bandwidth mode, our online store loads in less time than other stores and saves you money on data. Here for you, here for Alaska.
Hey, buddy, just because you're on the road doesn't mean you own the road, so not so fast. Law enforcement officers are looking for drivers just like you, going over the speed limit. When they pull you over, thank them, because they may have just saved your life. If you're thinking you're saving time, think again. On average, driving 10 miles over the speed limit only saves a few minutes. Drive the speed limit and arrive alive. Paid for by the Alaska Highway Safety Office.
We wander, we roam, we take the road, we make our home. Let's go!
Time, as we promised you, we're going to have our halftime stats. First for Haines is Mackenzie Dryden with the 2 points. Grace Long Cadiz, who has 4. Long with 4 as well. And then leading scorer Malia Jorgensen Giesing. See, that's actually 5 in the game, and that's for the total of 15. So not a very high scoring half. My prediction is Haines will get untracked, and you know they're going to have more than 15 in the second half. Now for Craig, and their score is just 3 girls in the scoring column. Mia Hansen has 6. Alyssa Durgan with a good first half. She had 9. 3 out of 7 shootings, and she had 1 3-pointer as well. And then the other scorer, Alexis Lanicki, who had 10 points on 5 out of 6 from 2-point range. I think she was the one, that textbook hook shot she made that kept her two going. We're in the fourth game on the consolation round here on court number 1, and about ready to finish the first 4 games. There'll be a little break, and then we'll come back. Folks, if you have any friends with an interest in these games, let them know about the NFHS network. Streaming available on all the games of the tournament. I've been told that the total games in this week, and I think next week is included as well, 118 games. So a lot of games to choose from. You can also find games all over the United States, from New York to Los Angeles and all places in between. A lot of championship games, especially on the NFHS network. So basketball to be inbounded. Allison, let's see, that's Allison Benda. We haven't seen a lot of her in the game, but she's into the contest as Haines will try to cut into that 10-point lead. And a little weave out top. Plenty patient before putting the 3-point shot up. And the ball out of bounds. It'll stay Glacier Bear basketball. A little pass to the weak side, and then the step back 3. Craig Panthers heading the other way. Lacey Lowry kind of slowing things down from up top. Bit of a hectic shot taken from the side of the lane, and now the ball goes the other way. Almost stolen away, but knocked out of bounds by number 15. That's Alyssa Durgan with the defensive play. Guard-to-guard pass, and now Panthers throw another guard-to-guard pass. Those guard-to-guard passes keep you a long way from the basket. Another long-range shot by Godness Long. That is no good. Here comes Craig. Minute and a half gone here in the second half of play. Still no change in the score. Still 25-15 when the drive to the basket, layup off the front rim, close to the jump ball, but finally ripped away by Haines. Lane to the basket cut off, and another 3-pointer. Haines just not able to get those 3-pointers to drop. But here goes Craig with a shot. It'll be a weak side rebound, and that goes to Haines as well. Long pass up the floor. Both these teams very athletic. They run the floor very well, and they haven't been able to gain many fast breaks and gain an advantage because a lot of quickness on each team. 30-second timeout is called, this one by the Haines group, as it's Coleman Stanford who calls the timeout, and they'll stay standing. The rule is to stay standing during the 30-second timeout. Folks, we want to tell you about our gold sponsors, Alaska Airlines. There's the Alaska Commercial Company, ConocoPhillips, Kendall Auto, Alaska, and also OPA, the Orthopedic Physicians of Alaska. So we come back from the 30-second timeout. Let's mention our silver sponsors as well. Callista Corporation, Hertz, Saltchuk, Sea Alaska, and the U.S. Marines. What's their motto? The few, the proud. The Marines. Haines with the ball. 2.5 minutes gone. Still waiting for the first score here in the second half. There's a out-of-bounds play that wiped up a couple players and half the radio crew. Radio crew on hand. Carl working the game. A couple of radio people. Well-covered game with a lot of attention as the ball slapped away on the dribble drive. There's a little split move on the inbounds play, and the ball knocked away and the foul is called. Haines with a chance to run out of bounds play again. They start everybody up high. Now the kick to the weak side. Boy, yet another three-point attempt goes awry. Hainesville steals it right back, and the bucket is good. Credit that basket to number 14. That's Allison Benda.
Allison Benda, number 14 for 2.
Craig sees the ball go out of bounds. Panthers to take it on the baseline. And the well-placed pass out top. Now the cutter coming in, and that's number 22 on the good basketball move, McKenna Taylor.
McKenna Taylor for 2.
Boy, Haines just not having any success on their three-point shots.
Gracie Stickler joins the game at number 34 for Haines.
So a lot of movement for Haines, but unable to take advantage of that sagging Craig defense. Pass into the post, now kicked outside, and Haines showing a little hesitancy trying to drive to the basket. There's a held ball. This one comes out to Craig. Craig to inbound against the Haines press, which hasn't really yielded a lot of turnovers thus far. Crossover dribbles heading into the front court. Now that last crossover dribble got her to the basket, and the shot works through. That's number 14. Number 14 for Craig, Amaya Hansen. And it's time for a media timeout. And that finally is called. We'll shoot the free throw when we come back on the NFHS Network. And just about to come back out of the timeout. There's a long list of bronze sponsors. We'll recognize them now. Alaska Business, Alaska Christian College, Alaska Highway Safety Office, Alaska Native Heritage Center, Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, Coastal Village Region Fund, Hillcore, and we'll recognize the rest of the bronze sponsors when we get an opportunity later in the broadcast. The finish of the three-point play.
She makes it good for a 3-point play.
And It's Amaya Hansen who's able to do that. Drive to the basket. Here's another foul. Aggressive move for Haines, number 3. Godness Long will shoot a pair. But not before tying her shoes, which she doesn't regularly wear green, but it is St. Patrick's Day. First free throw up and good. Remember, following the game, we'll name the player of the game. We'll have the final stats. We'll look at where each team plays next according to the brackets. 2 free throws there as we see the clock continue to run. Crossover dribble, breakaway, tough shot. Oh, the layup. Look for all the world that was going to fall. Now the outlet pass knocked away, and Haines fortunate to hang on to it there. Haines trailing by 11. Could use a basket here. Dribble drive once again, and that's going to be a held ball. And seems like a fair amount of jump balls.
Jump ball, possession error goes to Haines.
Here comes Craig after the turnover. Working out of the right corner now into the high post, high-low action. And the foul is going to be called. That's going to put number 14 to the line, Hansen to shoot a pair. Check that. That is going to be Allison. Check that. I'm back and forth, but this is Craig shooting the free throw. Hansen, first shot good. It's one of the cases where I thought I made a mistake, but I was wrong.
Comes in for Haines for the 14.
Hansen to shoot the second, takes her time, and had the second one halfway down and rolls back out. Now the tough move to the basket. Loose ball picked up by Craig. They look down the floor with a player open, but got caught a little far under the basket. Now hitting the nose as foul is called. And that should be a Craig basketball because the foul was against Haines, but it's a good trick. When you just go like it's your ball, and it seems like they almost got away with it. Not that I'm encouraging young players to do that, but there's a pass in the post, but the ball's knocked away, and just a couple of jump balls behind the record here in the third quarter.
Jump ball, position error goes to Craig.
Well, Craig will work it out of the line set, and ball tipped away as it goes inside, but Craig keeps possession. Now stolen away. Haines, 3-on-2, but the ball knocked out of bounds. Haines will keep it. Based on Godinez on the breakaway, and now into the game.
Number 10 joins.
That's going to be number 10 in the game, Faith Horner.
Okay, number 10.
Also, where's number 10? Also a sophomore by classification. There's a pretty inside pass, but everything but the finish there. Spinning move on the dribble drive. Finally, an opening scene, and credit the basket to number 15, Alyssa Durgan. Durgan with the basket. Little test of the defense on the dribble drive. They'll kick it back out, and Another three-pointer. Boy, we'll check those three-point stats. And not a game which has featured the three-point shot very much, but we've seen a few fouls, and on this occasion it will be
Number 3, Ariel. We go to line to shoot 2. That foul is on number 2.
Ariel Godness Long misses on the first one. She's done a good job being aggressive, going to the basket, getting to the foul line. But Craig Panthers continue to play strong. They have their biggest lead of the ball game at 14 points. .136 to play here in the third quarter. Second shot up, and this shot is good. Craig press breaks in the middle of the floor. Now, long pass is tipped away. And crossover step, and all the way to the goal for 2 points is Godness Long. And now we're going to see a timeout on the floor, and it's going to be a full timeout. Craig asked for it. They get it, a full timeout. Back with more on the NFHS Network.
And you're a Club 49 member?
Yes, I am.
I've been a Club 49 member probably for 7 or 8 years.
Wow, I've been a Club 49 member, I think almost as long as I've lived in Alaska.
My cousin referred me to the Club 49 plan years ago because you get so many benefits.
When they introduced Club 49, I was all over it.
It's a benefit just for Alaskans.
We travel a lot to Kotzebue, so we use Alaska Airlines and our Club 49 benefit every year. It's a great organization to travel with.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the 2 free bags.
Every other airline you have to pay huge baggage fees, and with Club 49 you don't have to.
I don't have to settle for what I want to take. I can have everything that I need with me.
It takes a lot of luggage with all of my chaps and hats.
I can take a ton of stuff anywhere.
It allows me to take my buddy Fred here anywhere I'd like to go.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits.
Back to live action, coming back after the second horn. We like to hear that second horn because it ensures we've got our full minute of advertising. Now working off the on-ball screen and into the front court. Ball tipped away on the block, but Craig stays with the basketball. They have possession of the ball. They also enjoy a 11-point lead, 33-22. Attempt to get it in the post, but Craig will reset. Craig Panthers letting the clock run a bit as we're under a minute to play here in quarter number 3. Ben out of the back court, looks to maybe throw the ball inside, but doesn't see an opening there. And a traveling violation. So the Panthers get the ball back, 36.5 here to go in the third quarter. And they'll, again, we mentioned that it's rare that either in the girls or boys game that people really hold it for a last shot. But Craig has run the clock down to 20 seconds and going to be an offensive foul on the illegal screen. And you kind of see that, boy, when you stick that hip out, it makes it really apparent to the referee. A good call is the foul is called. Now the travel is called. Is look like the ball may have come loose as it was hit away, but apparently before that came the shuffling of the feet. 15 seconds for Craig to attack. Across the timeline at 10 seconds. And the layup misses. The rebound outletted, and Craig tries to throw the long pass, but unable to make anything happen. Here is, we see the end of quarter number 3. 8 minutes to go. Panthers lead over the Glacier Bears, 33-22. Back with the fourth quarter of action when we come back on the NFHS Network.
New year, new you, new Toyota. Start this year off right and find the Toyota that best fits your plans for an Alaska New Year. From adventurous SUVs to sporty passenger cars to rugged trucks made for Alaska, Toyota has you covered.
As the game winds down, we want to continue to recognize our sponsors. The rest of our bronze sponsors include Hillcore, the lakefront of Anchorage, Little Caesars. They put the ball on the ground and only one team's back on the floor. And they've had the second horn, so they're going to be close to a violation, and you hate to see it. You just hate to see it. You got an 11-point game, and you put the ball on the floor, and that's just not what you want to see in a state championship contest. Pass in the handoff. Good return pass. And the foul is called. Well, an attempt to go straight up, but that's so hard and difficult around the basket. Always a tough choice for the officials. And for Craig, it's going to be Amaya Hansen, who's I believe has at least 7 in the game as her free throw rims out. Second free throw, however, is good. The lead now stretches to 12. Ball tipped away, but it'll remain Glacier Bear basketball. Nice drive and kick. Here's a three-pointer. Boy, Haines just snake-foot on the three-pointer today. Just a couple of those have dropped. This would be a much closer game. Another dribble drive and kick outside. The 15-footer is no good. Follow no good as well, but Haines continues to battle for the rebound. This one going to be a jump ball.
Possession arrow goes to Craig.
Panthers with the basketball. Craig in no hurry here as they have the lead and the ball. They look for a basket. They stay aggressive, but it's okay with them if they run some time off the clock. There's a follow shot after the rebound, and a bit of a circus move draws the foul. Going to the line is Craig's number 23, Alexis Lonicky. I haven't heard a lot from her in the second half, not getting quite as many opportunities as she did in the first half, but kind of been a balanced effort from Craig as the first free throw is good. All our stats over here, except for the halftime stats, have been unofficial. We'll look for the accurate stats at the end of the game as well. Haines pushing the ball as they need to do. They need to get something going. The three-point shot has not been kind to them today. And right now, the post feed and the post move, boy, It's a strong move, and you can watch a lot of games, even some of the 3A, 4A teams. You won't see any stronger of a move to the basket than you saw right there. For Haines to the line, that is Gracie Stickler shooting 2. First shot up and good. Stickler, one of the taller players in the game right now. Second free throw is good as well.
She makes them both.
Craig brings the ball into the front court. They call the play as they work to the right side. Like to do that little on-ball screen, and that opens things up. Pick and roll. Not quite completed there. 6:02 to play in the game. Craig to run what they call Bob. Baseline out of bounds, and it works ideally.
Cutting to the basket for a nice bucket. McKenna Taylor for 2.
McKenna with the finish right there on the well-schemed out of bounds play. Haines facing a 13-point deficit, not much time to cut into it here. Step back 3. And again, three-pointer goes awry. Long pass. Not an easy catch, but the push is called. That'll make it 6 team fouls on each team, so we could see a march to the three-point line over the last 5.5 minutes here. Haines back to the corner, and they didn't like the screen. Officials calling a offensive foul. To see it more and more in every phase of the game. Movement on the offensive foul. They're not going to let you get the extra good look on the screen. Spin move followed by spin move, and now the battle on the floor is going to lead to a jump ball. It'll stay with the Panthers. 5:03 to play. Reminder that will be a bit of a break as we head toward 2 o'clock right now. And after the break, offensive foul called against Craig right there. And probably going to have about an hour break. Next set of games start at 3:15.
Number 20, Lacey Lowry. That's her 5th foul of the game. Let's give her a big hand for all her hard work that she put in today.
Lacey Lowry fouled out on that last play, so might be at least a little break for Haines that one of the Craig starters has fouled out. Dribble drive to the basket, good attempt at a layup, but ball bounces away almost on top of the pink line, and a timeout is called. So 30-second timeout, and always a question mark of which came first, the timeout or the jump ball. This time the timeout is awarded. Fans, remember our rounds sponsors. We finished out that category again. Hillcord, the Lakefront, Little Caesars, Linden, New York Life, Nano Regional Corporation, USAF. That's the United States Air Force Alaska Recruiting Office, and Visit Alaska. Final couple of categories. First, March Madness, Alaska. Alaska 529, the Bering Straits Native Corporation. Central Bering Sea Fishermen's Association and the Yup'ik Inupiat Corporation. Contributing sponsors, Alaska Memories, Benton Bay Athletic Lions. Here comes Craig into the front court. Both teams with a number of fouls that puts the other team in the bonus. Now the ball knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. Nice hustling play for number 2. That's Grace Long. Ganinas says he didn't come up with the ball, but boy, that's a good demonstration of hustle as the ball goes over by the Glacier Bear cheerleaders and run down by a Glacier Bear player, and we're able to continue play. Drive the basket, free throw, or the drop dead layup bounces out, but Craig gets it right back. Panthers probing as 5-second call was on. There's the steal. Had a chance at a 2-on-1 if they could hurry, but good recovery by Haines. Actually, it was Craig on the recovery Alexis Lonicky. Pass in the post area, no shot there as the triple team becomes it. There's a three-pointer. They've been waiting for it. And coming through for Haines is number 14, Allison Benda. Benda with a three-point shot. Drive to the basket, good drop pass there, and it's going to be a foul called. A bit good posture and being the straight up, but she was moving forward, and good call on the contact. And going to the line for Craig is Amaya Hansen. So Hansen leaves it off the front iron. Haines with the rebound, 3.5 to play. Here's a three-point attempt, and 10-point is our margin. Three-pointer making a difference. They could use another one, but passed up that time. Dribble drive and the foul is called. It'll be a one-on-one situation. So Haines with a chance after trailing by as many as 13. They got a chance to bring it back to 8 if they can hit the one-on-one. Now broadcasters cannot endorse the ponytail style because it often blocks the number. And there's a ball that hits the rim twice, then the backboard. And McKenzie will shoot the second. McKenzie Dryden at the line. That one rolls out. Craig hustling. They've been good on the rebounds. There's yet another jump ball, and this one goes to Haines, but maybe not our last one of the game. A lot of jump balls. 3 minutes exactly to play as ball comes into play. Good pass to the open player, but the layup rolls out. And Haines, they need to control the ball, and another foul is called. So they'll walk the length of the floor, and certainly Craig can not be pleased by the number of fouls that they picked up. Vanessa James having a little conversation with Alyssa Bergen over there and says, hey, we got to control the ball a little bit, and we got to make sure our team doesn't put them on the line. So a little break in the action here as that is Kyla Dinkle checking at the scorer's table. Terry's over there on the clock, and they're going to try and get things squared away. Still a 1-and-1 as actually says 10 fouls over there on the scoreboard as we look at it. Free throw off the back iron, and a bit of a wrestling match for the rebound. Haines comes up with it. And folks, is it another jump ball? It is. So 9-point lead, and Haines gets the basketball back. They'll run their out of bounds look to the corner, and nothing available there. Good saving pass out of the corner, and another bump happens. And I'm going to say this is the double bonus, but I thought that was going to come through last time. Substitution ready to come in, but with a bonus shot, she won't get the opportunity to enter the game until the second free throw. Call coming in from the sideline. Sounded like it was a play that resembles something Duke does, and that can't help but be good. In for Haines, that's Audrey Bader. And boy, Haines leaving some points on the board here. And boy, there's another one that just rolls out, so a bit unlucky. Now it'll be the 1-and-1 at the other end. High school courts normally 94 feet. I should say 84 feet. The college and pro game is played on a 94-foot length of the court. If you go around the city of Anchorage, Diamond is 94 feet, Service 94, Bartlett 94, West 94, so not too many 84-foot courts here in Anchorage. Sometimes a little shorter in the smaller schools. Here we go, length of the court drive. They've completed the game on the other end, and we hear a roar, but there's a nice follow. She's been coming on in the fourth quarter. That's Gracie Stickler, and a good timeout on the floor is these Haines Glacier Bears not giving up. It's the timeout call with 2:02 to play, and now a 6-point game. So a 30-second timeout as we look at the timeouts available. Says that Haines still with 3 timeouts to utilize, and on the other side, Craig Panthers with just 2. We're in period 4. Panthers have led throughout and has got their lead as many as 13 points, but now that lead has been cut to 6, and sometimes that score that gets a little closer creates a little pressure for the opposite team. That's what Haines is hoping for right now. Glacier Bears fairly quick out of the huddle. Remember, folks, it all starts at the NFHS Network, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school. Craig inbounds against the press, needing to control the ball as we're under 2 minutes to play. The ball into the front court, a little spin move and controlling of the ball. Look, Cutter's inside, nobody gets the ball, and they're going to call a foul here, and we're going to see a 1-on-1 once again. So chance with a 1-on-1 to get the ball right back, but it'll be double bonus being shot for the Craig Panthers the rest of the way. Shot off the back iron, that is no good, but bounced loose. A bit of a wild shot that ends up fortuitously in possession of the Panthers. So they get the follow-up shot. Now the move to the basket. This is going to lead to another foul. A lot of fouls as we go down the stretch, and you got to believe that as long as the game is within reach, as it still is with 1:24 to play, Haines is going to take the opportunity to execute the foul and send the Craig Panthers and have them prove it from the line.
That was the 4th foul on Maya Hampton.
First free throw good, second free throw good as well. So nice visit to the free throw line there, and back to 6-point once again. And Haines trying to increase the pressure. They might give a steal attempt, but it won't be long before they might have to give up the foul. And right now it's just a bit of dribbling, now a stationary position as certainly Craig trying to keep the ball in possession of their best ball handlers. And on the move to the basket, another foul is called. So it hasn't been too many plays executed in recent possessions that haven't resulted in the foul. And for Craig,
Haines, set number 15, Alyssa Durgan to the line.
Durgan back to the line for another attempt. Durgan's first name, Alyssa, maybe the second most famous Alyssa Peely to come out of Alaska basketball. Peely to play in the game for Utah, just named to the All-American team and was the Pac-12 Player of the Year. So our congratulations to Alyssa Peely. Here's a three-pointer and still fails to fall. Boy, we got to look at those three-point statistics as the number two court people just taunting us as they their game finishes a little earlier. And we're just in a march to the free throw line with 44, make that 45.9 left to go. Double bonus now the rest of the way for the Panthers. Free throw hit short off the front iron. That's Hansen to shoot the second. Second free throw off the back iron. So chance to make a dent in the lead for Haines here as the ball been tipped around by the Craig defense. Now a look at the three-pointer out of the corner. There's another bump on the way to the goal, but no foul called. And the foul is called in the forecourt. So maybe the last shot for Haines is 23 seconds to go here in this game. Craig leads 40-33.
Number 23.
Remember, Craig had 25 at the half, so they've just picked up 15 points here in the second half. It was Haines with just 15 points at the half. They have surpassed that with 18 points here in the second. Now Craig, if they want to have a chance, needs to try to score and score quickly. Nice rebound underneath and quick attack. Opening on the left side, and now here's going to come a three-point attempt, and there's one that's good. Full timeout is called, so haven't been a lot of three-pointers, but that one certainly a big one for Haines as Allison Benda makes a three-pointer. Folks, we want to remind you that it all starts on the NFHS Network. It's NFHSnetwork.com. Tune in every week to watch the best high school action from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination. The NFHS Network. We are high school. .2 on the clock. That last three-pointer brought Haines within 4. That's as close as these teams have been since back in maybe the first quarter of play. So we'll see what happens here. Haines needs a steal. They'll try for that on the inbounds play, but they've certainly shown the ability to foul as needed. Buzzer sounds and Craig heads back out on the floor. Haines really hasn't been able to apply the pressure, and they send a substitute to the table, but it came after the buzzer. Oh, that's the second buzzer. So I think should have been able to enter the game now as the officials talk, but apparently not after the first buzzer. We saw it happen in an earlier game, and now seconds run off. And interesting call right there. There was an early foul on that was attributed to Gracie Stickler, and that was changed to a intentional foul.
That's a foul on foul number 34, Gracie Stickler. That's her 5th foul. Let's give her a big round.
Kind of interesting because there was a throw down to the floor, no doubt about that. It was a hard foul, and I guess at the high school level you go to the intentional foul call, but that's really going to put Craig in a dominating position, although the free throw is missed. So they're going to take the free throw out, or the inbounds pass is going to be full court after the intentional foul, and miss on both the free throws for Craig. 2 timeouts left for each team, so every time the Haines Glacier Bears have scored here in the last minute of play, they've called a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll need to do it again if they score here. There's an inbounds pass. Might have been a foul, and timeout called as Panthers go to the floor. What a smart play. It was number 15, Alyssa Durgan, who went to the floor. She was in a position where she could have easily been called for a travel or even turned the ball over with a pass in that situation. Instead, she called the timeout. And it's taken some time, but Craig has just about run off all the clock, but Haines making them work here at the end of the game. 7.9 to play. Panthers lead the Glacier Bears 40-36. So becomes even more important to get a steal on the inbound pass. And what has to happen in this situation, you just have to gamble. If you play it safe, they get the ball in, you're going to lose anyways. If you make them attempt a tougher pass, then that's just the way you got to play. Don't let them have the easy pass. And Craig still has one more timeout as coach steps down and checks out Vanessa James. Double checking with the scoreboard. They go into the corner, and Haines unable to foul initially. And that clock with maybe a couple of tenths ticking off after the whistle. But 3.4 on the clock. And with the 4-point advantage, it's a 2-possession play. Actually a 1-possession play because, or a possible 1-possession play. But if Craig doesn't foul, they're going to win this basketball game. First foul shot is up and good. Lead stretches to 5. Durgan shoots the second. That free throw rolls out, but Craig with the ball on the rebound. No sense in fouling now. So Craig, in the 7th meeting, has defeated the rivals from the Southeast. Craig over Haines by a final score of 41-36. We'll wait just a moment here for the presentation of the player of the games. That to come up shortly. We'll have our biggest break of the day here on the network.
After the young ladies have had a chance to shake hands, we would like to reward players
So
of the game for
players shaking hands and exchanging addresses and emails as these teams, I can't believe there'd be a team in the tournament that's played each other any more than
the first player of the game,
Haines and
is from Haines, number
Craig
3,
this year.
Gomez Brown. Long. Gomez Long.
Number 3 is the MVP for Haines. That is Ariel Godness Long, and they bring the player out for the Glacier Bears and see if we have confirmation on that. As both players will turn and face on both sides. They'll pick up a picture being taken. We'll give you the final halftime stats in just a minute, but 2 worthy award performances being recognized there as we hear the cheerleaders of the game. Haven't seen a lot of cheerleaders for a lot of these teams who travel a long way, and that's a oftentimes an expensive proposition, but the Haines cheerleaders either fundraising or with the help of sponsors able to be here in Anchorage for the state tournament. That's going to do it for the first 4 games of the day. We'll be back with 4 more when we come back. First one starting in at 3:15. And they'll last to what we hope is 7:30. But that doesn't happen. Kelly Thompson tried to steal our stats. We're able to get them back. And it's, first of all, we'll run down the Haines score. Mackenzie Dryden with 4 in the game. Grace Long got East with 4. Ariel Godinez Long with 13. Did better on it that time. Malia Jorgensen Giese had 5. Allison Benda, let's say, 6 points for her. And Gracie Stickler with 4. A couple of those in the 4th quarter. She was a presence in the posts for the winning team, the Craig girls. Amaya Anson with 13. Alyssa Durgan with 13. McKenna Taylor with 4. And Alexis joined her teammates in double figures. Alexis Lanicki with 11 for their total of 41. We mentioned that we checked the 3-point goals. Interesting enough, Craig just attempted a couple of 3-pointers, but they were 3% on the day. How about this? 21 3-pointers attempted by the Haines Glacier Bears and just connecting on 2, so that made a big difference in the game. But that's going to do it. We have a final. It is 41-36, and we'll be back with 4 more games. Tell your friends, NFH Network is here and underway. And for now, we wish you a very pleasant good afternoon.